I'm Jack Zufelt again. I'm back, and this is segment 4, and I'm going to share with you something that has shaken up the world of personal development. It's because it's different. It's contrarian. But it's well received because it's the truth. Now, it's important for you to understand why the paths you've been on are not going to get you where you want to go. If you want to go on a different path, because the one you're on right now is not giving you what you want, well, you got to get off the wrong path. Duh. You can't stay on the same one. So in the next few segments, I'm going to help you reorient your thinking. And I'm going to cause you to change your paradigm about what it really takes to be successful. And it's to stop wasting times on things that not only don't work, but are negative. Over the years, people told me that I'm going against the wisdom of the ages, and that's just not so. I've been teaching things that have been done for, well, since the beginning of time. So it's not against the wisdom of the ages. Success Magazine featured my audio program twice in their magazine. The second time because of the huge response they had to the article about my message. And he introduced me this way. How dare he? Zufelt proclaims on his mind-changing audio program that goal setting and motivational speakers, etc. don't work. Well, it got everybody's attention because they'd done all those things for a long time. I'm not going against the wisdom of the ages. I am teaching the wisdom of the ages. The self-help movement only started in the 1940s. It's the new kid on the block. What did people do before that? They scratch their heads when they hear this question and they go, I don't know. There must have been something going on back then. Well, of course there was. And it still is. It's still the only reason that causes people to achieve, and that's what I'm focusing on. It'll make you, me successful, your family, everybody successful. So, what is it? It's not the techniques that you've been listening to. I'm going to dispel the myths of the most important one of all that you've been taught since the beginning. It's been taught since the beginning of the self-help movement. It's called goal setting. Goal setting. If you have a goal list, take a look at that list that you wrote down, and how many were there? 5, 10, 20, doesn't matter. How many did you achieve? Did you write down your goals and read them frequently? Yes or no? If you said yes, then you did what they told you to do. Did you get many? Here's a pretty strong statement. Goal setting is the most used, but the most damaging technique taught. It's damaging? What do you mean? Well, have you ever made a list of goals? Yes. Have you ever noticed that most of those goals didn't write down? Well, nationally, in fact, internationally, my research says and proves that something like 8 out of 10 will not happen. 8 out of 10 won't happen. An 80% failure rate. Well, that means goal setting not only doesn't work, but it's negative and it's self-destructive. Why is that? Well, when you look at your list of goals that you wrote down on a piece of paper, you notice that 8 out of 10 of them didn't happen. How do you feel about you? Well, thousands of people in my audiences in all the countries in the world I've been to have said the same thing. I feel like a failure. I must not have what it takes. I feel bad. What's wrong with me? They never say, hey, no problem. They feel bad. So guess what? Because they don't know any better, they set goals again. And that just keeps repeating year after year. You're not alone if that's what's happened to you. Millions have done that. So, what about those 2 goals that you did get? What was there for them? Well, 20% success rate? That's not good. Not good in anything. Nobody accepts a 20% success rate, so why would you accept it in yours? It doesn't have to be. You can have a 100% success rate. In the upcoming segments, I'm going to tell you about the reason those 2 out of 10 goals were achieved, but not the other 8. There was an ingredient that was there, and because that ingredient is not there, 8 were not achieved. Now here's a thought. Have you ever succeeded at something that you did not write down? Did you not write on your goal list, like when you were 15 and a half, 16, you wanted a car or a driver's license? Of course you have. Everyone does that. Daily. Most of the things you accomplish every day, you don't write down. How is that possible? I thought goal setting was the secret to success, and yet daily and annually you and I accomplish things that we did not write down. Michael Jordan said, I have a desire, basketball player, he says, I have a desire to be the best person and the best player I can become. But I approach everything step by step. I never write anything down. And neither did I. And neither do you have to. In fact, don't do it anymore. There's a better way. This ingredient that I was telling you about earlier is what I call the conquering force. That is the crucial missing element. And if that's not there, the 8 goals you did not get, that's because it wasn't there. And there's a reason it wasn't there. But that's the problem. Most don't know how to plug into their conquering force. And there's only one way to do that. And I'm going to end with this comment by a guy named Napoleon Hill. He said, there is one quality that one must possess, and that is definiteness of purpose. No matter what one wants, if you don't have that, he says, and a burning desire to possess it no matter what. If your goals aren't burning desires or don't have a definiteness in them or purpose, they're not going to happen no matter how many times you write them down. You may spend a lot of money and time on them. You may even take some risks to make it happen, but the end result's still the same. Failure. There's a better way. Stay tuned for the next segment.